13 Hours is a film that recently came out, directed by Michael Bay. And before we get into it, Michael Bay, as a director, is very hit and miss, very heavy on the miss side. He has some good movies or entertaining movies. The first Transformers I liked, and then the rest were garbage. I kind of like the Bad Boys 2 movies, the Bad Boys movies, I want to say. That's about it that I can think of. He has a specific style. He really tends to appeal to the young teenager, who isn't necessarily bad, but that also means he's not making necessarily good movies. So we get into 13 Hours and think of that as I watch this movie. I was like, this is a Michael Bay film. And this definitely is a Michael Bay film. You can tell it's a Michael Bay film just because of the camera work and how it's shot. There's a certain shot. Angle is from the guy's foot, and it's going up. I swear to God, I've seen that shot in every single Michael Bay film. Okay, enough about Michael Bay, kind of. Even though this is his film, and that's why I'm talking about him, because this movie's awesome. I really like this movie, and I was not expecting to, as you can tell from my little rant. It focuses on the soldiers, the Secret Soldiers, ended up defending and saving multiple lives, American lives, in Libya. This is post-Gaddafi, once Gaddafi has been dethroned, his regime's gone, and so Libya's in this state of disarray. Like, everything's going crazy, there's no stable government at the time. And the main characters of this are stationed at a secret CIA base, and who are contractors, consultants, pretty much, who are hired bodyguards for people who the CIA are using to interact with other people in Libya to do certain missions. And close to them, a couple miles away, there's this... embassy is an incorrect term, according to the movie. It's more like a very weak stronghold that an ambassador will be staying there. And it's this huge, beautiful place, but it's so awfully defended. So the whole premise of this movie is these soldiers, the Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, are very close by, and they hear that the U.S. ambassador has been captured, that the base is under attack, that there's Americans in danger. They're not even supposed to be there, and they go and save them. So the whole premise of these movies is just an incredible tale, incredible real-life story of these. It mainly focuses on 6 guys that go and save other Americans. That's the entire plot of the movie, and it's phenomenal. And it's them going through 13 hours of just constant warfare, of them waiting, of not knowing when they're going to get attacked, constantly being outnumbered, like not knowing who are friendlies and who are not. Throughout the entire movie, they keep on asking, are these friendlies? Are these friendlies? Because they don't know the area. They're not familiar with the area that well, so they don't know who is local militia, who are insurgents, terrorists. They don't know who's out to get them, who are anti-American, or who are there to help them. So it's this constant state of high alert. And you can feel that throughout the entire movie. You can feel the tension that's building. You can feel the brutality. One thing that I did dislike about this movie, it's not throughout the entire movie, but the shaky cam. Shaky cam, I understand why they used it, to give a more realistic feel of being in war. But it got to a certain extent where you can, like, certain parts of shaky cam where, like, you can't even tell what's going on because it's moving so much, and you completely lose focus throughout the film. There's just parts where, like, you almost, like, want to rub your eyes. But they don't do that throughout the entire film. They do it through certain parts near the beginning. Overall, I absolutely love this film. I was completely taken by surprise that Michael Bay can direct very well. I knew he definitely had it in him. Like, the guy definitely has talent, but when he actually gets very good source material, which this is, he can shine. I think personally this is my favorite Michael Bay film that I've seen, period. Another thing this movie had, which I wasn't necessarily expecting, and it doesn't feel out of place, was humor throughout the entire time, because you do feel a lot of tension because there's this waiting of, like, you don't know when the soldiers are going to be attacked. there's humor and it's just banter, and it's Michael Bay humor, but it isn't crappy Michael Bay humor that you usually get that comes off forced. Everything comes out very, very natural. And usually in a movie this serious, having humor throughout it would ruin the experience, but it actually adds to it because you get three-dimensional characters. You get characters who aren't just like strict soldiers. You get characters who are family men, who are you're almost the typical likable American to a certain extent, which is a good thing, honestly. You connect with these characters in a way where like you understand why they're there, why they're doing it, and how they have this sense of duty and responsibility, and that is their motivation throughout the entire thing, and the sense of brotherhood. Overall, absolutely enjoyed this. Recommend this movie. I give this movie a B because of the respect that they show to the actual people that were involved in this, the tension that's built throughout, the brutality. They show the brutality of war, and they don't get into the politics. That's why this movie earns a very strong B for me. I did not see this coming. Usually January movies aren't very good. Absolutely loved it. Highly recommend it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. I hope you enjoyed my review. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like this video. Thank you for watching.